Hello all, today we are going to discuss about looping statements in JavaScript. Looping statements in JavaScript are very important because they help us execute a block of code multiple times without writing the same code again and again. This reduces repetitions and makes our program shorter and more efficient. In JavaScript, the most commonly used looping statements are for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Each loop has its own purpose and is used in different situations depending on the requirements. Let me start into the for loop. The for loop is mainly used when we know how many times we want to execute a block of code. It has three parts inside the brackets: initialization, conditions, and increment or decrement. The initialization part is where we declare and assign a starting value to variable. The condition is checked before every iterations, and the loop continues as long as the condition is true. The increment or decrement part updates the variable after each iterations. For example, if we want to print numbers from 1 to 5, we can write a for loop where we start from 1, check if it is less than or equal to 5, and then increase the value by 1 each time. The for loop is very useful when we are working with the arrays or when the number of repetitions is already known. So after this looping, the output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be printed. Now let me explain while loop. The while loop is used when we don't know exactly how many times the loop is should run. In this loop, we first initialize a variable and then we write the conditions inside the while statement. The loop will execute only if the condition is true. After executing the statements inside the loop, we must update the variable. Otherwise, it may lead to infinite loop. An infinite loop means the loop will run forever because the condition never becomes false. For example, we can use a while loop to print numbers from 1 to 5 by initializing a variable with 1 and increasing it until it becomes greater than 5. If, if the condition is false at the beginning, the loop will not execute even once. This is an important point to remember in while statements. So after this block of code executions, the output will be print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let us discuss the do while loop. So the do while loop is very similar to the while loop, but there is one important difference in a do while loop. The code block is executed first and then the condition is checked. This means the loop will run at least one time, even if the condition is false. This feature is useful in situations where we want to the code to execute at least once, such as displaying a menu or asking the user for input. For example, if we set the variable to 6 and check whether it less than or equal to 5, the do while loop will still print the value once before stopping. This behavior makes it different from the while loop. Uh, So the after do while statements, the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let me briefly compare all the three loops. The for loop is best when we know the number of iterations in advance. The while loop is better when the number of iterations is not fixed. It depends on the conditions. The do while loop is useful when we want to execute the code at least once, regardless of the conditions. All three loops help in reducing code duplications and improving program efficiency. Finally, I would like to conclude that looping statements are a fundamental concept in JavaScript. Thank you.